This is Pest Control Millionaire, and today we're going to talk about marketing. And I wrote down 14 guerrilla marketing tactics for your fertilization weed control pest control company that can help you scale your company extremely fast, relatively inexpensive. These are all things that I've done personally that have helped us grow really fast. Now I want to share them with you guys to help you guys grow as well. Step number one, door hangers. You can buy them online. It'll cost you a little bit of money up front. Get a couple thousand of them, 3,000 to 5,000 to get you started. And then just go around through the neighborhoods that you want to be in or that you're currently in and just start passing out door hangers. You can really dive deep into what you want to say on them. You can have tracking numbers inside or on the door hanger itself. So when they call your company, it gets tracked that came from that lead. So you can really get a good idea of the ROI that you're going to spend. So let's just say you spend $5,000, but you get $15,000 worth of work. Was it worth the money? Absolutely. But if you don't track those things, you're not going to know. Number two is EDDM, which is every door direct mailers. These are postcards that you'll get in the mail. Again, you're going to want to find the area that you want to be in or you want to go into or that you're already in that you want to build up more route density. You can go right on to the website for the Postal Service and just type in EDDM. They will tell you everything that you need to do. You can literally click on there, pick out the routes that you guys want, and you have to pay each route. So maybe a couple $100 per route, which could be, 800 homes, 1,000 homes, 600 homes, doesn't matter. And you're going to pay for each route. And then you're going to have to bundle up the flyers for them, pre-package them, and then bring them into the post office. And they will actually put them out for you guys. And you can just do a big run of every door direct mails. You see a lower conversion rate with these right now. It's just a brand awareness type strategy. You probably see like 1 to 3% return. But again, it's a great thing that's worked really good for us in certain markets. Number three is lawn signs. There's a different couple of styles of lawn signs. You can get, the realtor signs that are a little bit bigger. You can put them in people's lawns like that. You can put those on corners of intersections or along the highway in special locations where you think a lot of people are going to see it. Another one would be like the small lawn signs that you put in your own customer's lawn after you've done a service. With the smaller lawn signs, you can put them in the neighbor's yard or you can just blanket them across the entire neighborhood and people are gonna have to pull them out and look at it. And you'll probably get some calls, say, hey, you didn't do my yard, but there's ways that we can teach you guys how to go about that. With the lawn signs as well, you could put a QR code that goes right to your website or you could put a tracking phone number in there so that when they call into the office, you know which specific lawn sign is working really well. So if you have a couple different designs, you can actually put a tracking number on each different design to know which one is working best so you get the best return. So if one's not working, you're going to put all your money into the second one. And I highly recommend split testing them like that. But lawn signs is a big one, especially if in a big heavy intersection they see your lawn and they drive past it every day. They say it takes like 15 to 16 times to see your guys' company name before that they'll actually make a call. So number four is vehicle wraps. This is something that you guys might not want to do in the very beginning, although I recommend it. It's going to cost you $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the size of the vehicle. Or if you just want to get your door logoed up, costs you a couple $100, but just get something on there. But when you get to a point where you can afford it and you have a little bit more money in the bank, highly recommend wrapping your entire vehicle so you stand out amongst the crowd. You might only have one vehicle, but they're going to see your vehicle more often because they're going to notice it more and they're going to think that you're a bigger company than you actually are. So again, it might not be something that you guys want to do right away, but eventually I say go all in on vehicle wraps and wrap every truck the same exact way. Number five, this strategy is really cool. Letters or lumpy mail. You can go online and you can buy a customer data list with all the people who live in your area. It has their name, phone number, address, things like that. And you can literally write them a letter from you saying, hey, my name is so-and-so. I've just moved here, or I've been in this area for so long. Tell them about your history, about your background, lawn care. Make them feel like you're just a small company that, you got a family to take care of. And another trick that I like to do with that is to add a lumpy piece of mail in there. Lumpy mail could be anything. It could be a paper envelope opener. It could be a rain gauge. It could be a small plastic spider, or it could be one of those measuring tools for just the height of grass. Anything like that that'll make the envelope actually stick out. So they want to figure out what's in there. So they're not just going to throw it away because they're going to be like, what the heck is in here? And they're going to open it up. They're going to see a spider or they're going to see a rain gauge and like, oh, it's going to have your logo on it. Super cheap to do that stuff. It's also very memorable. They're going to bring those items inside your house. If it's a magnet, it's an envelope opener, they can stick it on their refrigerator. Or if it's a rain gauge, maybe they'll actually go out there and maybe they test the rain with it, or they want to like check their irrigation to see how their irrigation's doing. They're going to move that around. They're actually going to see your name more than once. Really, really good idea to do. I highly recommend, if you're going to send out a letter, have a piece of Lumpy mail in there. If you can't afford it, just send the letter. It's not hard to write a letter, get stamps, and just send them out. Number 6 is kind of along the lines of door hangers, flyers, and post-it notes. It's literally just you can go make a cheap flyer online, and then you're just going to fold it up like a little brochure, and you're going to go and just put it inside people's doors. You can canvas the neighborhoods that you want to be in, or the neighborhoods that you're already in that you want to build up that route density, or even like the post-it notes. You can just get a small 3x5 post-it note with your logo on the top and just handwrite them a note and just stick it on their door. Or you could go into like a shopping center or a mall or anything like that, and you could literally put this on like a flyer on people's door handle or underneath their windshield, and you could get 300 to 500 cars within a half hour. You might get a little bit of kickback, but it works really good. If you go spend $100 on flyers that you just have to print off in your office, you can actually probably get a couple $1,000s of work just by doing this one thing. Number 7, which is actually a really fun one that we enjoy doing, is swag and t-shirts. Everyone likes to wear cool swag. We all wear cool swag. But when you guys are thinking about this, think of things that you would want to wear. Think of like outside the box fun things, shirts that look really cool, shoes that look really cool, any hats, anything like that you guys can make look cool that people want to wear. It's just a talking piece that gets your name brought up, or if they're at a park or if they're at a festival, they're going to see their name on the back. So as you can see here, I'm wearing one of our company hats. It stands out, and you would not believe how many people ask me for a hat. They might not want our services at the time, but they want a hat to give to a grandkid or to a person that they know that likes hats, that's pink, that's a little bit different. And I get asked almost on a daily basis if they can just buy a hat from me. Again, it's free marketing at that point. It's gonna cost you $15 a hat or $12 a hat, but other like thousands of people will see this one hat. Number 8, door-to-door sales. Probably my favorite one. You're basically gonna go knock on the neighbors of the current customer that you're servicing. So maybe a house to the left, house to the right, a couple houses across the street that all know that person. And just kind of tell them what you're doing there in the area. Tell them what you do for them. This costs you literally zero money, and it could generate you 1, 2, 3 jobs a day to really help scale your company. As you get better, you can teach someone else and your other technicians or a sales guy how to do this effectively to grow the company extremely fast. Number 9 is to join local networks. BNI, which is Business Networking International, or your Chamber of Commerce. BNI is really cool. It's a cheaper way to get into some other business owners in your area. It's good for referrals and connecting. This will probably cost you $500 or $600 to get into. But when you get in there, you're gonna work with like 30 to 50 business owners that are all within your own network that are gonna work with you to pass referrals. So they're gonna get you work, you're gonna get them work, and it's just going to get your name out there. You get to know a lot of people, and you get some realtors, some plumbers, all the HVAC guys that are all in your BNI group, and they all have the same demographic of people that you're looking for, the same customers that they can refer you to. So your HVAC guy, they might ask you, hey, do you know someone that does lawn care or pest control? We have this issue. Like, oh yeah, absolutely. And they just hand you one of their business cards. They get a referral for that when you go back to the networking group. And with the BNI, you guys, it's typically 1 day a week. You guys meet in the morning. It's a good place to get your name out there, and it's relatively inexpensive. So the next one would be the Chamber of Commerce. They say that your net worth is worth your network. This is a very good networking platform. You're going to meet once a month. You're going to get from 50 to maybe 100 people, depending on the area that you're in. And they're all going to meet once a month, and they're going to have cocktails, and they're going to have food. And you can even sponsor these events where you pay for the food and drinks. You can hand out brochures there. You can have a couple sales guys with you to get out there and network and talk to people. And you can get, 5, 6 leads a month just from these and convert those into business. I just highly recommend joining just for the networking alone. And again, brand awareness. Number 10 is business cards. Super old school way of doing business, but they still really work. I know they have apps on your phone, Popple, things like that they can use to pass business cards digitally. But just going back to the old school business cards, having those on hand, especially for like the BNI groups and the chamber groups to pass them out, you'll still get calls to these days from business cards, and they're super cheap to get online, super cheap to design. Everyone should have business cards on them at all times. Number 11, social media. It's a massive, massive way to get influence out there of your business. I don't want to do a deep dive into this now, but just make sure you're out on all those platforms. You got Instagram, TikTok, you got Snapchat, Facebook, LinkedIn. You want to be at all those platforms because you want to create content so that people start noticing you. With one click of a button, you can reach hundreds of thousands of people. And then obviously you can sponsor those and build ads behind them and really get into the deep work of it. But that'll be on another video. Just make sure you're on all social media platforms. It's almost free to get into. Number 12 is trade shows or booths. A lot of people miss out on this one, where you can be in front of literally hundreds of thousands of people. If you have a big event in your area or a fair or anything like that, setting up a booth with your name on it, have a couple sales guys sit behind it, networking with people, handing out flyers, handing out business cards. You can have a giveaway where they can win something free that they have to enter their name into your data platform. So that way you guys have a way to follow up with these people that you know are interested because they're coming to talk to you. Again, you could probably talk to a couple hundred people a day, each person. Think of how many leads that's going to create for you to go and have your sales guys follow up with or your CRMs follow up with. Just by spending a week at a trade show, you could literally get thousands of leads and convert a good percentage of them into new customers. It's so easy. Do not forget to do this. Number 13, again, free way to get more work. Talk to your current customers about referrals. And maybe you can give them a discount. Like, hey, maybe the next time I'm out here, I'll do your service half off or for free for signing up Miss Jones next door. Maybe you should talk to her. You can literally just ask your customer when you're done, like, hey, since I did a really good job and you've been super happy with us, do you know anyone that in your network that was looking for the same service? And she'd be like, oh yeah, I might know a few people. I'd be like, okay, great. Could you give me a list of 1 or 2 or 3 people and their phone numbers and I can give them a call? And they'll be like, oh, sure. They'll give you your phone numbers, or they'll say, oh, we'll call them yourself. And like I said, you can give them money off their next service. Again, absolutely free way to get new customers. Very easy. Number 14 is partnership. And this is a really fun one. Right now we're focusing on fertilization weed control customers and pest control customers. And so what I mean by partnerships is if you know a lawn care company or HVAC company or anything like those that are in the service industry that they go out and service every week, those are our clients. Go make a deal with those guys. Go talk to, if you drive past someone that has a lawn care company, just stop and talk to them. Say, hey, we're trying to grow our business. I'd love to work with you. We don't mow grass. You guys don't fertilize. Maybe we can work together. You can pass him referrals. He can pass you referrals. And it's going to cost you zero money to get a bunch more work. And maybe they have a couple hundred customers each. Maybe you can close 10% of them and you're getting, 10 to 15 jobs a week for free. And you're also helping his business. If someone calls you and say, hey, we're looking for someone to cut our grass. Like, I'm sorry that Miss Jones, we don't actually cut grass. But I have this awesome friend that I met that is willing to cut your grass too, and you can pass his name on. You can create as many partnerships as you want to help grow your business at a fast pace. So these are 14 guerrilla marketing tactics that we use personally to help scale our company extremely fast. If you guys have more questions about them and want to learn more, just drop a comment in here, or you can send us an email and we'll reach back out to you.